Hi everybody and welcome to Des and Lauren. We're going to be discussing the financial crisis that's affecting everybody in this country, and we specifically want to talk about what your plan is. Should your income, whatever it may be, whether it's a welfare grant, whether it's pocket money, whether it's a salary, what would you do if you no longer had that source of income?
Do you have a plan B? Do you have plans? Do you think about this? Isn't it in the back of your mind? You can tell us in the comments. I know this is a big topic for many people. How do you get by at the moment with the skyrocketing prices everywhere, fuel, food, and everything else associated with it?
I think when you're struggling with plan A, just normal survival, it's very hard to have a plan B.
I think many people get caught up in that, and I think that is an error trap. Because you do need to think about plan B, especially when you are doing better. And if you do not, you will suffer. And a lot of people are suffering right now.
We'd love to hear in the comments if you have a plan B, and if you do have a plan B, what that plan B is, should your main source of income disappear.
Or have you actually made use of it? Did you need it? You know, in the past 3 years where we've been talking about difficult financial times to come, that's not going to improve in the short term at all. Did you make provisions? Has this helped you at all? And tell us what your plan B is, if anything.
And I just want to circle back to the main purpose of this channel, and that is we want to remain as free as possible as human beings on this planet, and also we want to preserve humanity. But part of being free is being as strong as you possibly can, and being mentally, physically, emotionally strong, all areas of life. And part of being strong is mitigating threats and challenges, and also anticipating what hardship might come your way and then navigating around that. That is part of being free. So being free actually is a lot of work and a lot of responsibility, but I believe it's very rewarding as well.
Yes, and it's self-reliance, and a lot of people find that you are forced into that situation now. A lot of people would say before, but it's never going to happen to me, I am fine. I'm speaking to people all the time that thought they will remain fine indefinitely, that are not fine right now, that are in dire straits, that are really battling. Tell us if you are one of those people. There's no reason to be ashamed. We need to reach out to each other, and although we might not be able to financially save everyone, the methods that we speak of will definitely make a difference in your life. And tell us if it has made a difference. The things we've spoken of, the self-reliance of 5 things you need for survival. But the article, let's get into it. There's some very interesting data in this article. The things that people have to let go of.
What South Africans are sacrificing to make it through the month. This is from Business Tech, and as usual, we'll put the link in the description and in the comment section. New data from Old Mutual shows that South Africans are cutting out many expenses to make ends meet. The 2023 Old Mutual Savings and Investment Monitor, nice free advertising for them, research report found that 53% of respondents do not have enough money for unplanned circumstances, with 62% having no savings buffer that should they not have an income. And this is exactly what we're talking about.
Majority of people.
So many things happen that are unexpected. And it almost seems with a lot of people and with certain periods of your life, it seems like every month something happens. First it's your car, then it's your child, then it's something, and then it's something, and then it's another thing.
It's the same with us.
It never ever ends. Let me know if you've experienced that recently.
Yes. And it's taken us years to get into a position where we can try and fend for ourselves. Not perfect, but we are in a better situation than having nothing.
More self-reliance.
Yes, more self-reliance.
For
It's taken years, not a month or 2 months. People want things instantly.
True.
Like a loan.
Yes, don't get credit, people. For the report, the group monitored financial attitudes and behavior changes among the country's working population. Old Mutual conducted interviews with 1,505 respondents of different ages, personal income levels, and genders to gather the data for the study. Voyokazi Madube,
Wait, my mind is stuck at genders.
Gender. I've also got a bit stuck there.
Yes.
2 genders.
Yes, 2 genders, it's fine.
Voyokazi Mabude, the head of knowledge and insights at Old Mutual, said that despite ongoing financial pressure, South Africans are building resilience by prioritizing retirement savings, building emergency buffer savings, and paying off debt. On top of this, in the short term, consumers are moving to reduce costs, trimming monthly premiums to help increase household income. So this is the part where I'd like to know in the comments, have you got an emergency savings? Have you got a buffer? Are you able to save for that rainy day or retirement, as some people call it? But, you know, the way I see it, I know you don't believe in retirement, but I see retirement as when you get to an age where you cannot physically work anymore.
I believe it's a sales pitch. And Old Mutual, I have to include in this. A sales speech that's been given to people, that's a lie. So I don't believe that a person shouldn't want to retire if they want to. What's being sold to people as this is your retirement plan, you'll be able to retire if you do X, Y, Z. It is like a moving milestone all the time. It'll keep on moving. And I have seen nuclear professionals, the industry I come from, not being able to retire. And a lot of them will say, listen, I need to keep myself busy. But back at the ranch, their retirement is not sufficient because the milestones have moved and they keep on moving because else these industries will be out of business. But I got stuck at Vuyokazi Mabudi, the head of knowledge
and
insight.
Research, I guess.
Knowledge. Interesting. Yeah, I suppose it sounds nice, the head of knowledge. But let's get into the data. The data is fascinating.
I know quite a few of our community members have trimmed their monthly premiums. Let us know in the comments.
Absolutely.
If only to encourage others to do the same. Being more resilient in these financially troubled times means finding ways to stretch budgets. And I know for some people, it's also impossible to stretch your budget.
Old Mutual must be panicking because one of the first things people cut on are their policies.
The 2023 OMSIM survey further indicates the following. 70% of consumers using rewards and loyalty programs, 66%. Okay, there's a typo in here, but 70% of consumers using rewards and loyalty programs. This is where I hate loyalty programs because those shops could just charge that amount anyway. I remember when a specific chain came out with a rewards card, all the prices went up, and then the discount was using the rewards card.
It's basically just data gathering. It's data harvesting.
Monitoring, tracking.
Nothing's for free. So you're giving them information which you are selling to other people. I kid you not, even their competition.
So the establishment knows your weaknesses.
Absolutely.
They know they can bribe you with custard donuts or whatever.
Yeah, or if you withdraw this from the market, a lot of people will be peeved. I mean, you can even control moods through this data.
Mind control through consumerism.
Exactly.
I love it. 40% changing to cheaper TV streaming options. 36% switching to cheaper supermarket brands. And now on some of our local news websites, I've seen lots of articles comparing supermarket brands, different supermarkets, and the amounts are rather negligible between them all.
It is.
There's one shop though that I go to that you end up buying more than you ever anticipated.
Yes, when you walk in. So I mean, it's all about you not going in for the one item you want. You end up coming out with.
Maybe online shopping's better because you're less inclined to be affected by.
I wouldn't know. I haven't done the maths.
33% reducing reliance on domestic help. Now, this is a tragic one because no one needs work more than those that are earning below minimum wage, who can hardly get by as is, and now to create and perpetuate poverty. And this is why I feel the government's very short-sighted with coming after people with tax, raising inflation, destroying the economy through socialist and communist policies. Unfortunately, the poorest of the poor always suffer. So this one, number 4, for me is a heart-wrenching one. 29% moving to more affordable cell phone or data options. And I've never really done research here with how they compare with each other. That would be interesting. 29% putting major purchases...
Well, we don't have contracts, generally speaking.
29% putting major purchases on hold. 27% ending gym memberships.
That's large. It's a large group of people.
It's a lot. That affects industries.
And 1,500 people in this survey. That is a lot of people, okay? So if it's across a spectrum of people in South Africa, then definitely that's a very good indication of reality for the rest of the country. Probably within 5% accurate, you know? So this is very accurate for people across the country.
I just thought of a loophole. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
21% opting to repair rather than replace appliances. Oh, so people are becoming a little bit
Oh, that's nice.
more resourceful.
There's many good things here. Even although domestic workers might suffer, doing your own work is what I believe in. That's what you should do.
Yeah, that's what we do, but I think it's sad that people are finding themselves unemployed.
It's sad that market should exist, that it should be necessary.
That's true.
That is what is sad, and that's what, in my mind, needs to be addressed.
13% downgrading their rented properties, and 11% moving their children to less expensive schools. So maybe the public school system will see a bit of a boom, because we need to do a different video on the price of private schooling. It is unbelievable how much it costs.
You know, in a free market, people can spend whatever they want, on whatever they want. That's the beauty of a free market. It takes care of itself. And when you overregulate things, that complicates things. You know, if you charge too much for something, people will just stop shopping and your business will close. That's how it's supposed to work. It's when you remove other options, etc., when you manipulate the market, that it becomes problematic. And this is where, when big corporations actually are in cahoots together, like all the companies supplying bread, they got massive fines because they colluded together to keep the prices inflated. It's actually ridiculous, and the amount of money they get fined. I mean, it could be hundreds of millions. They've made billions out of that extra that they've charged the people. Unscrupulous.
Just makes me think, to what extent are we as individuals willing to go to circumnavigate the current economic system? And we have a group.
Well, tell us in the comments to what extent you've done things to get to be less affected by the current economic system.
And just not to put your funding into it.
Yes, exactly.
We have a group, Independent Living, saying goodbye to government and corporate control. This is an own group, specifically an own group on Facebook. And I wanted to bring it up a while back, because if you have a business that you run yourself as your business, or a service or a product that's yours, a small local business, then you're welcome to advertise on that group, and we'll approve those posts. If it's something specific that benefits your community specifically. Let's continue. Attempts to boost household incomes include some South Africans turning to do several jobs. It's not like we're not tired enough already. Polyjobbers. That is so funny. Polyjobbers. Who's heard of that word before? Make up 50% of this market, with more young workers, 18 to 29 years old, becoming part of this growing trend. And then reading the sentence, I still think of the so many youth that are unemployed. Not only so many youth, but even very qualified people with degrees and qualifications and work experience that just can't find work.
I think the unemployed include those that just don't want to work. I think there's a new classification there too.
I wonder how prevalent that is in South Africa specifically.
Well, in China, the youth are just deciding we're not working, we're doing nothing, because the system doesn't work for us.
The number of young polyjobbers is up from 60% in 2022 to 70% in 2023, with many using social media to supplement their incomes. Generally, however, these inflows are a minor portion of overall incomes earned. I definitely see the world, if you look at the direction we're going in the 21st century and what's happening with the economy and governments, that a lot of people will start earning income online in some way or the other.
Absolutely. But you know, for instance, on this channel, Des and Lauren, at the moment, if you raise between 2,000 and 3,000 rand a month off the ads on the channel, that would be a lot. And so social media, a lot of people think that you just get masses of income coming in, but that's not true.
No, not at all.
No.
And then the other...
That's why they say supplementing.
The other problem is with the youth. So say you get an extra 2,000 rand with your online side hustle, and you have a job that maybe gives you a few thousand rand. There's no youth in their right mind that will think, oh, I'm going to start a family. I'm going to get married and settle down and start a family, because how can you afford that?
No, at the moment, property becomes impossible.
So everything that's happening in society is anti-family. What young man feels settled in his being to be able to provide for a future wife and children? It's so disempowering.
There's been an online increase in gambling, 5%.
That's terrible.
Yes. From 44% to 49%.
Wow.
It's a
Wow.
5% increase. It wasn't 5%.
Yes.
So 44 to 49% people taking their chances with online gambling.
That is a tragedy.
That's horrible.
Although some are cutting out expenses or taking up another job, many South Africans are turning to riskier ways out, like the gambling, as you
Yeah.
say. The group added that the number of risk-inclined people remained stable in 2023, with those prepared to take substantial financial risk dropping to 21% from 23% in 2022. And then
The last statistics.
the last final statistics, Old Mutual added that other statistics reveal that investment risk appetites correlated with men and younger people being more willing to assume risk. Those ready to take above average financial risks for above average returns were 28% in 2022 and 27% in 2023. People prepared to take average risks to earn average returns grew from 31% in 2022 to 36%. So those unwilling to take any financial risks reduced to 16% in 2023. So just take note how corporations are studying human psychology and human behavior.
Oh, yeah.
And
they are benefiting from
combine
this.
that with the power and expanse of AI. And literally, corporations will understand you personally better than you can understand yourself, better than your mother can understand you.
Yeah, that's why Facebook is for free. You know, you're being profiled by AI in real time. And these corporations, they actually purchase this data. And then they create profiles based on your life, and they will send you all sorts of nonsense via mail and SMS and all sorts of things. And yeah, that is basically how they make their fortunes. And I ask myself, how did this article end up here? It's not a promo article. And it's just Old Mutual all the way.
I need to try that strategy with
Yes.
Do some data research.
And it's under wealth. It's a staff writer.
Yeah.
So this is not a promotional item, but it's Old Mutual all over, and you need to ask yourself, how does this happen?
So what are you doing to stay free? What is your plan B? I wasn't planning for that to rhyme, but it did. I enjoyed reading all your comments on your lunch the other day. Gave me some inspiring ideas, so thank you for that. And we'd love to hear your comments on this very, very serious issue that's affecting us. It's also not an issue that's going to go away overnight. And at the same time, like I always say, we need to find a solution that does not require money. And money just
An
serves
alternative.
a means to an end. So the foundation of the solution in building a country, a nation that is sovereign and strong, needs to be a solution based on our own efforts, not on the financial system.
Thank you very much for watching this video, and please remember to subscribe, like this video, and share this video with your friends and family, and have a discussion with your family around these topics. And if you are new to this channel, go and watch our past videos. Thank you very much. Bye everyone.